Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video number 5 of chapter Rebels and the Raj. In this video, we will see the demands of the rebels, the search of the rebels for an alternative power, and the oppression of the rebel by the Britishers. So let's start. During the revolt, only a few proclamations in the vernacular language and a few ishtihars were issued by the rebel leaders to propagate their ideology and to persuade people to join the revolt. But these were only few, and only a little is known about their exact demands. So, for this, we have to rely only on the British officials by going through the details of them and to know the point of view. The proclamations issued by the rebel leaders, they appealed to all the sections of population, and the rebellion, according to the revolté sepoys, was seen as a war in which both Hindus and Muslims, they have to equally lose or gain. And during this uprising, the religious division between the Hindus and the Muslims was not seen, despite the attempts of the British government to increase or widen the gap. Since the British rule has ruined the status of the peasants, artisans, and weavers, along with the religious leaders who thought that the Britishers, they were determined to destroy the caste and religion of both the Hindus and Muslims, proclamations were issued urging the people to come together for saving their livelihood, saving their faith, that is religion, saving their identity, and completely reject the things which were said to be associated with the Firangi Raj. And during the revolt, all the symbols and offices of the British, they were attacked by the revoltee sepoys. All the activities of the sepoys, they reflected an attempt to overturn the traditional hierarchies and the rebel against all such type of oppression. Although the exact demands of the rebels are not clear, but one thing was in common, that is, they tried to establish the pre-British world of 18th century during the revolt, and they tried to set up the whole administrative machinery on one hand to carry out the day-to-day activities, and on the other hand they tried to plan how to fight with the British and carry on with the rebellion. Now the Britishers, they tried to repress the rebellion, and for this, to conquer the North India, many laws were passed by the British, and one such law was the imposition of the martial law, which was imposed on the whole North India, and the military officers and ordinary Britons, they were given power to punish Indians who were suspected to be associated with the rebellion. The British government, it brought reinforcement from Britain and arranged double-pronged strategy for recapturing Delhi, and it was only in the late September the British government was able to recapture Delhi, but stiff resistance was faced by the government in the Awadh, and they had to use military power at a large or gigantic scale. They tried to break the unity between the landlords and peasants by offering their land back to the landlords. The rebellion landlords were dispossessed of their estates, and those landlords who were loyal to the Britishers, they were rewarded. Now we will see The description of revolt through art and literature. The rebellions, they were busy fighting with the British, so a very few records on the rebellion's point of view are available. Most of the narratives of this 1857 revolt, they were obtained from the official account. The version of this revolt was left in the diaries, the letters, the autobiographies, and the official histories and reports of the British Raj. The stories of the revolt, which were published in British newspapers and magazines, they narrated in detail about the violence of the mutiny sepoys and the soldiers, and the stories which inflamed public feelings and provoked demand for retribution and revenge. Many such art forms like paintings, etchings, posters, cartoons, bazaar prints were produced by the British, and the Indians also served as important record of the revolt. The pictures, they were drawn by the British painters to offer variety of images for different events during the revolt, and these images were actually provoking a range of different emotions and reactions, like the relief of Lucknow, which was painted by Thomas Jones Barker in 1859 to commemorate the British heroes who saved the English and repressed the rebels. The reports published in the British newspapers, they shaped the feelings and attitudes of events, and the public demand in Britain for revenge and retribution became stronger, and the British government was asked to protect the honor of innocent women and ensure safety of helpless children, as they were also soft targets for the rebellions. The artists, they expressed as well as shaped these sentiments through their visual representations of trauma and sufferings. Paintings which were painted by Joseph Noel Paton in 1859, which was named as In Memoriam. It depicted the anxious moments in which women were and children were huddled in a circle, looking helpless and innocent, which were waiting for the inevitable dishonor, violence, and death. The painting stirs up the imagination and seek to provoke anger and fury. These paintings, they represented rebels as violent and brutish, but the feelings of revenge among the rebellions were different. As the news about the severeness of revolt it spread, there was great anger, shock, and demand of retribution, severe repression, and this demand, it grew louder. Threatened by the rebellion, the British felt that they had to demonstrate their invincibility, and innumerable pictures and cartoons were published in the British press that sanctioned the brutal repression and violent reprisal of the rebellions against the British. And the rebellions, they were executed publicly, they were blown from cannon or hanged from gallows. There were mass execution, and to instill a sense of fear among the people, most of the punishments were given in public. The Governor General Lord Canning, he declared the gesture of leniency and show of mercy would help in winning back the loyalty of sepoys, and with this, the voice for revenge and idea of Canning was mocked at this time. This revolt of 1857 was celebrated as the first war of independence and national movement in 20th century. It drew its inspiration from the events of 1857. The art, literature, history, stories, paintings, films, they have helped in keeping the memory of the 1857 revolt alive, and the leaders of the revolt, they were shown as heroic figures who were leading the country into the battle that rose the people to righteous indignation against the British rule or the imperial rule, and the nationalist imageries of the revolt. They helped to shape the nationalist imagination in support of the revolt to make it even more famous. Thank you. That's all we have in this video. Thanks a lot.